Hi. So obviously I'm flying today. Today is Friday, but I'm flying tomorrow, really early, literally all day. So I'm just going to record a little tutorial for the gifts so that you don't have to wait for the Instagram live because there might not be one. So I'm going to go with the traditional red and green kind of wrapping and then switch them for each one. So I'll do green with red ribbon here. Then I'll do red with green ribbon here. And I might do a little of the Marlet thread from before from Anchor Crafts, just to kind of jazz it up. So for this one, I'm not going to do 4 little squares. Instead, I'm just going to do one big one and then lay the red threads over top. So literally I'm going to do the satin stitching as if this is one big square. Now the other thing that you need to do is decide if you want to have the rounded corners or if you want to have them quite sharp and square. Obviously that's up to you, but just have a think how you want them to be before you get started. Obviously, you could have done this sideways if you wanted, so meaning horizontal lines instead of straight down. It will give a little bit of a different look, but not super loads, so it's really not that big of a deal. I'm also going to start on the bottom and kind of over to the side because I know I'm going to have more threads that are going to go to the middle here and then the bow on the top. So normally I like to start in the very middle and then work on either side, but you can start wherever you'd like. You can even start in the corner. I just don't want to have the threads poking out from behind in the corner there. So let's zoom in a little bit so you can see. And we're just gonna do the same thing that we've been doing, the satin stitch all the way. Just keeping an eye out for making it nice and parallel. Let me just put it up a little bit. So you're just gonna keep on going. These are gonna go rather quickly because they're not really big gifts. They're just small ones. Obviously you can go back and outline them if you would like to. I think I'm just gonna leave them as the colors, but feel free to do whoops. Do how you want to do it, you know? And on top of these threads, we're just going to lay the red ones, kind of how we want them, straight across the top. And like, as this is kind of a fun stitch along, I'm not really looking to use like super intricate stitches or anything like that. Simple ones will do, my friends. Plus it's really great to practice. Okay, so I've got this one finished, my little box. And of course I've ended in the corner, which I didn't really want to do, did I? And because I'm doing layering, normally I would do the green on this one as well, but because I'm gonna layer it on the top, I'm gonna wanna save that until after I have my red all sorted. So I've just got 3 strands of red over here. Let me just get it untangled because it's tangled up with another one. And I'm using the same red that I used as the stocking and as the Santa hat, just to try to make it a little bit continuous. So a little continuity there. So I know I said it before, but feel free to use whatever colors that you'd like. If you like to use like blue and silvers or gray or whatever, do it. And we're just gonna go up. Kind of in the middle. It doesn't really matter if it's directly in the middle because you can add more stitches to the top or the bottom. Meaning if you had this a little bit too low, you can always add another stitch on top or another stitch below to make the line thicker. And don't pull really tight. You want them to just kind of lay over top. So you can decide how thick you want your ribbon to be. I think that's pretty good for mine. Cute. And then we'll just do some little stitches for the bow. Of course, you can make this a 3D bow if you wanted, by leaving to kind of cut a length, yeah, and then stitch in and out and leave the 2 things there, and you can tie and make a bow. I'll show you on this one. Just depends if you want anything kind of 3D coming off of your pattern or not. And then from here, we're just going to do the satin stitch out. And I'm going to do the points as well first, and then kind of wedge the other ones in there. So meaning some of them will go all the way to the end and some of them will only go about 3/4 of the way. And that will make like a little wedge like that. Now, of course, you can outline this if you want. I keep saying of course, but I think it's something that you know by now that you can do it however you want. But if you wanted to outline the bow and the wrapping, like the ribbon, of course, just do it. But I think I might leave mine how it is for this one. If I had 6 strands or 4 strands even, the line would be thicker and you wouldn't need as many. So just keep that in mind when you choose your threads. That you might have to do more stitches or less stitches than I do, just based on how many threads that you use. This bow is super cute. But I literally say that about every single one of these, don't I? I'm gonna do a couple more on this side. Lovely. Okay, now the other one is going to be red with a green ribbon. Maybe with a white ribbon. Maybe that would be cute. You won't be able to see the white though. Okay. I really want to make it a different color than like other than red and green, but I feel like this will be most appropriate. Because then they'll be like matching presents, you know? And of course I will show how to do like the 3D bow in just a minute. It's just like the tying your shoes kind, you know, with the 2 shoestrings. So you'll use the exact same concept, except with embroidery thread. So obviously I have a really short thread here, which is why I'm using the thread saver method and going up to the top and then just over a little bit. Can't be wasting threads. I do have some more 3 strands, so I could double them over here, but if I can make it without, that would be the best. Am I gonna make it? Oh my God. This might be a rectangular present instead of a square one. Oh my goodness, is this the exact right amount? You guys, like, what? This is incredible. See, this is where like an Instagram live would have been amazing because everyone else would have been like, yes, you did it. Whereas here it's just me and it's a little bit anticlimactic. So let me just tie this in a bow, not a bow, a knot on the back. And then I'll tie the bow with the green thread. And of course you could do more threads for a bigger bow or more threads for a bigger, meaning more strands of thread. So instead of doing 2 passes, you could do 12 strands with just one pass. So of course I'm going to do the exact same as before. Yeah, and then across. Okay, so I've done my ribbon kind of this way. So this was all 6 strands, and this one was 6 strands and 3 strands for the little ribbon. This is 6 strands 2 times for the ribbon. So this is how you'll do the other part. So you're gonna need to cut that off, make a knot and cut it. And you need to have some that's long enough that you can tie into a bow. So I'm going to add another piece to this and do them both at once. So my bow is a little bit bigger, yeah? Not bigger, but thicker. And you're gonna thread both of them through the needle. It might be a little bit difficult, so you might have to do, kind of do it once and then do it once again. You know, the whole thing. Make them about even. Not that. What am I talking about? You want the threads to be even, not the ends to be even. You're gonna come up on one side. There we go. Yeah, one side of the bow, just right there. That's where your knot is gonna be. Okay, and leave it hanging, because that's what you're gonna tie your bow with. And then come up on the other side with just a little bit of space between. Okay, and now you're gonna make sure that they're even. Okay, and then you're just gonna tie them like a regular bow. Yeah, and then make it a little bit smaller. It's a bit wonky, yeah, that's all right. I wonder if I don't tie a knot, if it will be better. The last time I tied a knot, it seemed to be fine. So let's not tie a knot and see if that's any better. Maybe it will lay flatter. The key to success. Yeah, and then you're just gonna cut your threads however long that you want them to be. That's a big ass bow. And there you go. So obviously, my shirt. So obviously, you don't have to make it look like that. You could do the same bow as that one if you'd like. But I just thought it'd be a little bit fun to show a different way to make it. Make it a little bit 3D. Obviously, these need to be cut way shorter. But that's what we have so far. So make sure you tag me in your presents, your gifts videos. And yeah, today's Friday, but I will see you on Sunday for sure for an Instagram live to do the little foliage. Okay? So have a great day and hope you're enjoying your weekend, and I'll talk with you later. Bye.